Правіше!
Revenge has caught up with Russian bomber pilot Dmitry Golenkov, responsible for the deaths of hundreds of Ukrainians, including the June 2022 strike on a shopping mall in Kremenchuk. He was killed in Russia in the most brutal manner, bludgeoned to death with a hammer. The Ukrainian 47th Mechanized Brigade in action. A Bradley IFV working in tandem with an Abrams tank, reportedly in the Kursk region. In this case, it is personnel rotation, fire support, and destruction of Russian infantry entrenched in buildings, the brigade adds. Russians are expressing growing frustration and anger over the involvement of U.S.-supplied Bradley infantry fighting vehicles and Abrams tanks in the ongoing Ukrainian military operations in the Kursk region, which is located on Russian territory. The deployment of these advanced American weapons has intensified concerns about the use of Western weapons on Russian territory. But this also underscores significant gaps in Russia's anti-armor capabilities. The presence of these vehicles in active operations suggests that Ukrainian forces are not facing sufficient resistance from Russian anti-tank defenses. The 41st Mechanized Brigade, destroying Russian heavy equipment in the Kursk region. It is noted that Russian airborne troops are regularly seen in this direction, confirming the importance for Russia to retake lost territory. Despite initial skepticism and criticism surrounding its goals, the Ukrainian operation in Kursk has proven to be a strategically sound choice. The offensive has yielded significant gains, disrupting Russian military logistics and showcasing Ukraine's ability to extend its reach beyond traditional front lines. By targeting key infrastructure and military assets, the operation has effectively pressured Russia on its own territory, validating the strategy and silencing many of its early detractors. After a photo surfaced online showing a North Korean flag near Tsukurin, Donetsk region, Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Center for Countering Disinformation, warned that Russia is trying to amplify the North Korea narrative as fear propaganda. There will be stories about flags, regardless of whether they were hung somewhere or photoshopped, and how long they have been hanging. NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte said that he spoke with South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol about NATO's strong partnership with Seoul, defense cooperation, and the linked security of the Euro-Atlantic and Indo-Pacific regions. He also warned that North Korea sending troops to support Russia in Ukraine would be a major escalation. The 17th Brigade of the National Guard of Ukraine destroyed a Russian Shahed drone at close range. A Ukrainian Leopard 2A4 from the 33rd Brigade fires on a column of Russian armored vehicles attempting to assault positions near Kurakov in Donetsk. The use of German-made Leopard tanks by Ukrainian forces has struck a particularly sensitive nerve in Russia, stirring historical grievances linked to World War II. Many Russians are agitated by the symbolism of German tanks once again being used in a conflict involving Russian forces. But the main difference is that now, Russians are aggressors, and German tanks are helping Ukrainians to regain their freedom. History can be ironic. An incredible story. 9 Marines from the 36th Brigade found themselves surrounded in Lyubimovka, Kursk Oblast, while covering the evacuation of wounded soldiers. They called in Ukrainian artillery fire on their own position, which precisely targeted and demolished the building. Miraculously, all 9 survived, managed to escape, and even evacuated the wounded along the way.
An intriguing story, definitely worth a director's attention, which deserves a film. Overall, the 36th Marine Brigade, these guys are amazing. I just have to praise them. They stayed back to cover the withdrawal of the wounded in Lyubimivka. 9 people were trapped in the house. From all sides, the orcs were calling fire upon themselves. They said, in principle, they don't want to surrender, calling fire upon themselves. Direct hits right into the house. The house is burning. the command post cries. It's shame about the guys, but no. First one comes out, then the other 8. All 9 survived the hit. Around them, there's a crowd of jerks. The Marines came out, even picked up the wounded from other brigades along the way. They totally deserve an award. I'll endlessly praise the 36th Brigade. This is the best plot for Ukrainian directors. A real plot, with real heroes. About the war, I repeat, they called fire upon themselves, an artillery strike. Everything's burning in a blaze, yet they stayed alive. I'm just proud of both the artillery and the Marines, not the ones who were crying at the command post.
Near Seladov, Russian forces executed 2 captured Ukrainian soldiers. A criminal investigation has been launched by the Donetsk Regional Prosecutor's Office for violations of the laws and customs of war, along with intentional murder. Reports indicate that on October 18, 2024, the captives were shot at close range after being forcibly restrained. Igor Pushkaryov, a Russian statesman who served as the 6th head of the large Russian city of Vladivostok from 2008 to 2017, has signed a contract to join the special military operation. In 2019, Pushkaryov was sentenced to 15 years in prison and fined 500 million rubles for abuse of office and taking 75 million rubles in bribes for construction contracts. In 2022, his sentence was extended by 3 months for misconduct in bus procurement. Pushkaryov was an exemplary servant of the system. After his arrest in 2017, he wrote a letter to Putin in which he expressed his personal respect for Putin, his inspiration from the trust Putin placed in him when appointing him to his position, and even claimed to have spent 1 billion rubles of his own family's funds on the city's needs. Kolkov's anti-infantry mine plow made with hoverboards was presented by the Russian channel 2 Majors. They are asking for people to send in their hoverboards, even if they are broken.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.